have a thing with Call of Duty games. I'm kinda on the fence. On one side, I'll admit, I've never played a Call of Duty game that I didn't like. And I can safely say I've played every Call of Duty game ever made, with a few exceptions, being declassified on the Vita and Call of Duty Mobile. There may have been a few on consoles like the PSP and DS that I don't even know about, but my point is, none of them are bad games. I had no problems with Ghosts, other than the mistake I made buying it on the Wii U, and all the others people were creating a stink about, like Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare with their jetpacks. But here's the flip side. I like them all, but I evolved past the franchise. Now, I'm not saying Call of Duty hasn't evolved. Not much, mind you, but yes, the franchise has evolved. And devolved as far as I'm concerned with Black Ops 4. But it's been a roller coaster ride, because even with Black Ops 4, they did add Battle Royale. And while I couldn't care less if Battle Royale vanished as a genre from the face of the earth tomorrow, it's still an evolution.
I see.
So Call of Duty in general is a good franchise. Just much like most other franchises, particularly sports games, you pretty much get the same shit every year, with minor tweaks.
Please, we're all friends here.
And what era Call of Duty is set in makes little to no difference. Here's the difference. It's either World War II with old-ass annoying guns, Modern Warfare, where mostly guns that are actually used today are present, or the Star Trek shit, where you use some Halo-style technology. But the core elements remain the same, so I'm done complaining about lack of ingenuity on COD's part. It is what it is. If you don't like FIFA games and think they're mostly rehashes of the previous year, it's because they are. And so are pretty much all Call of Duty games. So while the devs can't afford to say this, I can. If you don't like the franchise, just fuck off and don't play it.
This shouldn't have happened in the first place, sir.
So with that said, let me say this. I like Call of Duty. But that does not mean I won't rip it a new asshole should I think the series starts slipping, which it has many times. However, there are some glaring issues with Modern Warfare that I believe need addressing.
How do you know this?
Let's talk the story. Now, most military shooters fail to impress with their stories.
That's the problem. For everyone.
The same goes for movies. The stories get way too convoluted yet predictable all at the same time. The story in a nutshell is this. CIA agents team up with British forces and rebels of a made-up country called Urzikstan to get the invading Russians out of their country. It's a bit more complicated than that, but what's the point of getting into it? It wasn't that great, unique, or even memorable. It's just basically more COD. Flashy set pieces with tons of guns and explosions.
There's nothing else we can do.
The story took a semi-dark turn, which is appreciated.
What?
Now, as much as I wasn't offended, disgusted, or for that matter, the slightest bit unhinged or perturbed by all the dark goings on here, maybe I've been completely desensitized, who knows. But it was all good for me. I prefer brutal honesty over lies and fairy tales any day, no matter how disturbing said truth may be. So to witness and partake in the virtual slaughter of men, women, and children did not faze me. And as usual, the dark nature of the campaign was exaggerated by the media.
That's how it works.
But you do some dark shit. Won't deny that. It's just that after playing enough M-rated games over the years, after watching enough R-rated movies, these scenes mean absolutely nothing to me. Yeah, I don't give a shit which huge esports star thinks otherwise. It will always be just a fucking game.
And that is not your call.
Colonel.
The visuals are a mixed bag. At times, the visuals are beautiful, particularly in the cutscenes, but then there are times when I feel like I'm playing Advanced Warfare or something around that timeline.
What the hell does that mean?
Then the frame drops. I honestly can't recall playing a Call of Duty game with so many frame rate issues. Frame rates aren't something I generally make a big deal out of, but this was really noticeable.
You cannot fix these things, they will happen.
And still on the visuals, this game was buggy as fuck. What's this shit right here? Seriously, this is 2020. This is one of the largest and most expensive franchises out there. Can you guys not get your shit together?
Or what?
When I reached the final encounter, I was presented with this shit. Now this bugged me a lot. This is the final stage, so to speak. I'm supposed to be in a helicopter. Where the fuck is it? Come on, man.
They sent us in half-assed.
The voice acting is what I've come to expect from a Call of Duty game. Always on point, but sometimes, just like the Hollywood-style set pieces, I think Activision thinks those high production value points are enough to hide the mediocrity. The game is still incredibly immersive though, and those praises are mostly directed at said blockbuster set pieces. The devs, regardless whose turn it is this time around, do a great job with tight, immersive gameplay that leaves you on the edge of your seat in most encounters.
For now, we're left unchecked.
Let's dig a bit deeper into gameplay. One of the handiest tools I came across in the campaign was the objective marker. This helps you out should you ever find yourself in a head-scratching spot. Call of Duty is generally not that kind of game. The kind where you get stuck on a puzzle, but there are times when I'm not sure where next to go. And these markers serve me well, because while I don't mind a few head-scratchers in other games, when I'm playing COD, I just want to do what the game does best. Mindless running and gunning while looking cooler than I actually am in real life.
Fire in the hole.
Fucking beautiful, Alex. Well done.
And as usual, should you fuck up, checkpoints abound. There are even times when they're a bit too generous with these checkpoints, have you spawning in some tricky spots, but it's worth the trade-off. I hate backtracking.
There are 2 Reds.
The top one. In 2, 1. Now!
Shit.
After you've completed the campaign, a few cliffhangers were thrown in at the end. You're able to explore these cliffhangers further through the co-op special ops modes. But while I much prefer this mode over that bullshit zombies mode, and even Black Ops 4's Battle Royale, it just isn't it. There are points where I don't even know what the hell is going on. The co-op mode feels more like, let's say, Warface or Earthfall, more than a Call of Duty campaign. But it's cool. I knew going in, it was too good to be true.
Go fuck yourself.
You still can't run and reload, or peek out from cover. I've been talking about this for years. They did a little thing in Ghosts, and in one of those future warfare games, there was a perk or two to allow you to sprint and shoot as well as sprint and reload. Maybe it's present here and I've just not seen it. But again, it shouldn't be a fucking perk.
That's how it works.
Let me talk briefly about the PvP. Now I say briefly because, well, I don't consider myself in any way, shape or form great at PvP in any game. Now while I will have my moments where I'm getting kill streaks in first place and whatnot, those moments are few and far in between. I'll upload videos of me getting some okay kills, but truth be told, I lose at PvP a whole lot more than I win. So that and the fact that if you want an in-depth run-through of Modern Warfare's PvP, I'm sure you have more qualified sources to go to here on the internet. So I'll just give my succinct take. First up, I only play hardcore. You'll never, and I repeat never, see me playing any core modes. Core modes are bullshit. I'll never get why these so-called pros prefer to play bitch-ass core mode, where you have to empty an entire clip on the enemy to bring them down, or play a game of who gets the headshot first, and after death, you sit through a replay of said death. Why? Why the fuck is this even a thing?
Nothing here will change that.
And, to top it all off, the hardcore modes seem to be hidden. At first, I thought I was being forced to play core modes, but I figured it out, and I'm all good.
Why didn't you tell me?
My modes of choice are hardcore team deathmatch and domination, but I'll play just about any mode at least once, as long as it's in hardcore. So, we got team deathmatch, free-for-all, cyber attack, domination, search and destroy, headquarters, kill confirmed, dirty houseboat, and a 10v10 mosh pit. There was a realism mode, but it seems to have vanished with an update. At least so I've read. Never saw it personally. Guess I'm late to the party.
Not the first time.
I'll wrap this up with a few things that are beyond peeves. Other than the glitches and frame drops, well, this game should not have been called Modern Warfare. Now, Infinity Ward went for the lowest hanging fruit. They took what they thought was the path of least resistance. I get it, the Modern Warfare brand is what cemented Call of Duty as a heavy hitter. The safe bet would be to keep remaking the same brand, milking the fuck out of it, till whiny gamers resume their complaints. Like when COD was constantly in World War II in modern days, gamers started throwing their entitled fits worldwide. We want change, they all chanted. So the devs hastily grabbed their ankles and caved in, took Call of Duty to the distant future, or not so distant future. Gamers started to complain some more. So I get the rock and the hard place situation that game devs are faced with on a regular basis, but come on man, no risk, no reward. While I'm glad that Roman warfare bullshit never saw the light of day, digging up Captain Price was a dick move, a coward's move. Fuck Captain Price. I don't know how many got excited when they heard he was back, or when he was revealed in the game, but I wasn't. I was not impressed. Keep treading uncharted territories, dev. Think outside the box and stop rehashing old shit. Have you guys ever considered changing the stories from this world on the brink of destruction, global catastrophe bullshit? What about making the story a bit more personal and maybe even relatable? More on a John Wick level and less Michael Bay? Nah, You guys are way too chicken shit to do that. Just keep churning out the same shit year after year, once each iteration sells enough. I guess it's like I said earlier. If I don't like it, fuck off and go play something else.
Eat shit, you fucking dog.
And then there's your squad's AI. You motherfuckers will never get this right, will you? It's always been bad. But I'm just saying, okay, there are improvements in modern warfare, but your squad members are still just glorified cheerleaders. I mean, look at this. Look at this asshole. We're in the middle of a gunfight, and look at him. Yeah, like I said, fuck Captain Price, fuck him, 6 ways from Sunday, sideways running, you fucking asshole.
Watch your mouth. I've been patient with you, but no more.
That pretty much says it all. I do enjoy Call of Duty games, but I think I may be outgrowing the franchise. Usually, I buy a Call of Duty game the first day it's released, or at least the first month. I just started playing this shit late February. Hey, don't get me wrong, I'll be playing whatever shit Activision and the devs squeeze out this year as well. Because while Call of Duty is stale, in its stale form, it's still better than a lot of the options out there.
We share friends and enemies.
Which, by the way, needs to get their shits in order as well. Battlefield, what the fuck are you doing?
I was a good soldier. God help me.
So with no scores, no meters, no rankings, this is my review, my opinion, but ultimately your choice. Thanks for watching. If you like my content, please subscribe, hit the like, the bell, leave a comment, and whatnot. If I pissed you off, then hey, opinions are like assholes, everybody has one. So don't take it personally. But if you must, hit the dislike or unsub buttons or leave an angry comment expressing your displeasures. I won't hold it against you. Remember, our game is never over.
I knew I could trust you.